Well, I think now we can count people's world. Can't we, Mary? Please? But they were the first online. But I just want to say one word before I ask Mary to come up, and that is that the first time I met Mary was at our party's convention probably about 10 years ago or so, 8, 9 years ago, and I think she had just published a book. Of many, yes. But this book had to do with women and a critique of Marxism. And that women were left out, and are left out, of lots of Marxist literature. And the thing I do remember her saying is, how could you leave out half the working class? She's the original Spice Girl, Mary Davis.
Now, comrades, I'm really pleased to be here, even though I'm in agony. But I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining at all. Now, as you know, some counter-revolutionary elements stole my red folder. As a result, this is all I'm left with, the only piece of paper I've got. So, I'm going to have to just do my best, and you're going to bear with me, aren't you? Because you're nice people, everybody keeps saying you're so nice, so you're going to prove it. Now, I'm bringing you very, very exceptionally revolutionary greetings from the Communist Party of Britain. So you better believe that, because it is a revolutionary party. We tried to be, anyway, although we haven't made a revolution yet, but we will. We are labouring at the moment under the travails of the most reactionary and worst government that we've had in Britain since 1815. 1815. I mean, this government is appalling. It's a condemned government. It's a coalition between the Conservatives and the so-called Liberal Democrats. There's nothing liberal about them, and they're certainly not democratic. They are really awful. We struggle on 3 levels as outlined by Engels. The economic, the political and the ideological. On the economic level, we are witnessing the worst austerity imaginable. Why? Because they want to look after their friends. If you look at the class composition of the cabinet, the British cabinet, it's all full of public school idiots, but they're not idiotic when it comes to looking after their purses. They are seriously rich. I don't just mean rich, they're seriously rich. So for them, how do they get richer? They get richer by making the poor poorer. So the gap between the rich and the poor is growing exponentially. In fact, as I stand here, as I'm out of the country, it will have grown massively. And women are at the bottom of that pile. I'm so glad, Terry, you mentioned that, because the gender pay gap in Britain is very big and getting bigger. Why? Because of the attack on the welfare state, because of the attack on the public sector, where most women work. So this austerity is really, really affecting women badly. I haven't gone on too long yet, have I? I do tend to, I know, but I'll try not to. So we talk about the feminisation of poverty. That's not to say that men aren't poor, working class men are poor, but women are exceptionally poor. Not all women, of course. Margaret Thatcher never was poor. She was as rich as anything. Nasty piece of work. Very nasty piece of work. So, on the political front, we witnessed a massive attack on trade unions. Why? Because trade unions protect the interest of workers. And what does this government hate above all? Workers. Why? Because workers can fight against them. And our trade unions always used to be quite strong. Now, they're not weak, but it's arguable that there isn't even a legal right to strike anymore in Britain. This government has brought in 7 pieces of anti-union legislation, and the previous Tory government brought in lots more. Labour did nothing to repeal that. They didn't help workers. They helped themselves as well. So Blair with a... You fill in the missing word, but he really wasn't a friend to us at all. So then, ideology. We have to pay attention to the ideological attack because we have to counter the ideological attack. That's why we're Marxists. And unless we can use our Marxism in a creative way, we don't deserve to use the word. And by the way, that means not just empty slogans, it means creatively applying to Marxism to the concrete conditions that we find ourselves in the 21st century. So, here we have, as you've got, and I don't only learn this today, because I'm a bit slow on the uptake sometimes, the dirty digger, Murdoch, controls everything, every bit of the mass media that we've got, and they're terrible, so utterly reactionary, terrible. But as Terry said, we have got our paper, the Morning Star. It is the only daily paper. This is the crucial thing. Oh, would you shut up? You know, all right, so you're all into new technology here. We still read papers. I'm sorry. I mean, do what you like. It's your country. You know, what? Sorry? This is my piece of paper. So we've got, yes, this, and we have got a website, and you can subscribe to it. And in fact, right now, somebody here is giving me money to subscribe to the Morning Star website. You can do so, but you have to pay. That's not good, is it? Anyway, so the Morning Star exists. I mean, and it comes out every day. And one thing that is wonderful is that we have 9 national trade unions represented on the management committee of the Morning Star. And at every single union conference, one of those trade unions takes a bundle for every single delegate. So, for example, take the biggest union in the country, Unite, which has got over 1 million members. I mean, they don't have over 1 million going to their conference. But their delegate conference is very big, and each one has a complimentary copy. Every union that's on the management committee does that. It's a good thing, and we can get our message across in that way. We also have our theoretical journal, the Morning Star, no, not Morning Star, Communist Review, which attempts to apply a Marxist analysis to the current situation. And, you know, we do our best, and sometimes our best isn't good enough, I have to say. It's not good enough. We need more members. It's all very well having all the right slogans and socialism, unless we've got people to, you know, implement that. Well, I was going to say pissing in the wind, but that's a bit rude, isn't it? Anyway, I am going to stop, I promise. But we do wish you all the best. It's a very good convention, and it's got full of revolutionary elan, and that's what we want. So you will inspire us, we will inspire you. There's lots in common that we've got. I don't like talking about across the planet. There's a bloody great ocean you have to cross to get here, the Atlantic Ocean, and then you're stopped by Homeland Security. So it's not hard. It's hard to get here, but I'm glad I'm here. Thank you very much for having me.